This is a problem, Jay Prince. And I'm going to tell you like this. If you're 60 years old and you trying to be a street nigga, you failed. My name is Mace. I stand by this message. We not your little niggas. Like, the way you talk it, I don't get what you mean. For real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas. So we don't even respect big homies. I know Killer doesn't. And for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. Who is this nigga? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like,
Jay Prince has a message for both of y'all with your comments after what you guys had to say about Shakur. He said, numbers don't lie, haters do. Let their haters say that he's boring and nobody wants to watch him. Sorry to tell you, it's just a select few of you haters. As you can see, there's proof that he has the #1 ratings in any fight on ESPN this year, the top 3 ratings since 2022. And to all of you haters who want to escalate that hate outside of the ring, I'm Shakur's manager and I handle all his business outside of the ring. In other words, Cam and Mace, I will fade all his shots and take all bets.
so then we talking to you then, all right? We starting with you. Since you the big homie, we starting with you. That's how it goes around here. I want to just start off by saying you are so lacking self-awareness. Like, when you give such a lackluster performance and then you think you can make threats to people because you gave a lackluster performance, pause. You don't have the right to tell me what I should like or to tell Cam what he should like. That's not your place.
I love Mace saying, like, who is he? What's happening?
Mace smoked it.
What's happening right now? They both worded it, and it still seemed respectful.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they didn't get out of pocket. They didn't get out of pocket.
They seemed
They
like
were just telling the truth.
The whole hip-hop world was left shocked when Mace, one half of the viral It Is What It Is crew, decided to take direct shots at one of the most feared men in the game. We're talking about Jay Prince, the Jay Prince, founder of Rap-A-Lot Records, the Houston mogul who moves in silence but speaks with power, the man whose name alone has ended beefs, protected legends, and kept order in a chaotic industry. Nobody calls him out. Nobody challenges his authority. Nobody even whispers his name without respect attached to it. Until Maze did, and he did it with a grin on his face, live on camera, in front of the whole world. It started like any other episode of It Is What It Is, Maze and Cameron doing what they do best and chopping it up about the latest headlines, cracking jokes, keeping it 100 with the culture. The energy was light, the vibe was casual, just two Harlem legends talking their talk. Then the conversation shifted. They started talking about the old school bosses, the OGs, who still try to control the new generation with fear and reputation instead of respect. That's when Mace leaned forward. His face got serious, his tone changed, and he said something that would break the internet within the hour. Some of these OGs still think they can scare folks with their name. That ain't respect. That's manipulation. The room got quiet. Cameron shifted in his seat. You could feel the tension building, but Maze wasn't done. He looked straight into the camera and said, I'm talking to whoever still think they the boogeyman of hip-hop, even down in Houston. Boom, the grenade was thrown, and everyone knew exactly who he was talking about. The clip hit Twitter in seconds. Instagram within minutes. TikTok exploded with reactions. Fans were tagging Jay Prince like crazy, asking if he saw it, asking if he was gonna respond, asking if Mace really just did what they think he did. Because here's the thing, Mace is known for being smooth, funny, chill, the guy who left rap to become a pastor, then came back with jokes and wisdom. But this was different. This was bold. This was a direct challenge to a man nobody challenges. When Cameron tried to switch topics, tried to move on to something safer, Mace doubled down. Nobody's above being checked, he said, just like that. No hesitation, no fear. The crowd in the studio gasped. Then they cheered, because deep down, everyone knew Mace just said what a lot of people thought but were too scared to say out loud. He threw a verbal grenade at the most untouchable figure in hip-hop, and the whole game felt it. Now let's talk about why this matters. Jay Prince's reputation isn't built on music. It's built on respect, quiet control, the kind of power that doesn't need to be loud because everybody already knows what it is. He's the man who protected Drake during the Pusha T beef, the man who brokered peace between Kanye and Drake, the man whose word carries more weight than most record deals. But Maze just challenged that entire aura. He stripped away the mystique. He said what many thought but never dared to say. And the reactions, they were split right down the middle. Some called it the boldest truth hip-hop heard in years. Others called it career suicide, a death wish wrapped in a smile. But Maze didn't care. He broke the silence with one powerful sentence.
You 60, you 60. What are you talking about? What are you, bro? I lost mad respect for you because I used to have mad respect for you. When you had Shakur with you, when you line Young Boy NBA up, why the f you got Shakur with you? And this is why he acting like that. This is exactly why he acting like that. Talking about you got Young Boy NBA umbrellas and his keys to his car. Young Boy NBA told y'all eat a dick. This is what he said. This is what Young Boy NBA said. Whack 100 was the most disrespect. Wild disrespect. I ain't even gonna repeat this Whack 100 said. So for the people that's catching up on this who have no idea how this started, we gave our opinion of the fight. We said this was boring. All of us said it was boring. It's 100 niggas saying it's boring. But because I go viral, niggas think that they can keep talking to us. Shakur Stevenson told us to get the strap or strap up, or better yet, put the gloves on so he could fight us. We said what he said, and then he started going crazy.
So look, I gotta ask, I think I'd be remiss if I don't. Any message for Cam and Macy? I've been going back and forth a lot over the last week.
Them old niggas, they ain't got my respect.
There you go.
Since it's all comedy, I'm gonna deal with it like comedy, nigga. You hear that? Like I said, nigga, your mother named you after Shakur, nigga. You know I ain't had no problems with the first Shakur. I ain't gonna have no problems with you. Chill out, little nigga. We got the right to have our opinion, and I say that with all due respect, you know, but just keep it where it is, man. Let humor be humor. Let everybody say what they gotta say. You don't like what we said, nigga, box better. Until you beat Tank, it ain't really nothing for you to say. And making threats, I'ma just keep it real. If we talking boxing, I got 3 knockouts in All-Star Weekend, man. So I got 100% knockout ratings on All-Star Weekend if we checking the records.
When you have a young guy like Shakur, instead of fighting his battles or trying to go against everyone that's commenting on him, you should be talking to him on or teaching him how to get better.
And hip-hop would never be the same. Houston caught wind within hours. Jay Prince's name started trending nationwide, not because he did something, but because someone finally said something about him. Reports started surfacing from insiders, people close to Jay Prince's camp saying he wasn't happy, that he was shocked, that he couldn't believe Maze even mentioned him. One source put it like this: Jay Prince couldn't believe it. He's used to respect, not challenges. Behind the scenes, conversations were happening quietly, carefully, because that's how Jay Prince moves. In silence, with strategy, never rushed. A Houston blogger dropped a warning online. If Jay Prince feels disrespected, he'll address it face to face, not online. Not in public, face to face. And just like that, the internet started joking. Pray for Maze. Maze got 48 hours left in hip-hop. Rip to the pastor. But Maze, he wasn't hiding. He wasn't backtracking. He wasn't apologizing. He was just getting started. The next day, Mace walked back onto the set of It Is What It Is like nothing happened. The cameras rolled, the lights came on, and everyone knew he was about to address the elephant in the room. He smiled, adjusted his mic, and spoke directly to the backlash. I heard people mad at what I said yesterday, Mace said, nodding slowly. Good, that means they heard me. The room erupted. Fans online went crazy because Mace wasn't backing down. He was leaning in. He started talking about fake respect in hip-hop, how people pretend to honor names out of fear instead of genuine admiration, how control dressed up as loyalty is still just manipulation. Then he dropped this: I respect legacy, but I don't respect bullying. That clip went viral immediately. Fans said Maze buried Jay Prince without ever saying his name again. He didn't need to. Everybody already knew. The reactions split once more. Some praised his honesty, his courage, his willingness to speak truth to power in a culture that's always favored silence over confrontation. Others warned he was playing with fire, that he didn't understand who he was messing with, that this wouldn't end well. But the industry stayed mostly silent because nobody wanted to pick a side in a battle between a Houston boss and a Harlem preacher. What Mace did wasn't just about Jay Prince. It became symbolic to old school power versus new school freedom, fear versus honesty, control versus courage. And in the court of public opinion, Mace was winning. His calm confidence, his refusal to be intimidated, his ability to to flip the narrative, it all made him the clear winner of the internet round. Fans started seeing it as more than beef.
You boring. You boring. Everybody's seen it. We ain't the only ones who seen it. You boring. I thought I was rather polite about it. I thought it was cool. Your grandfather's in your corner telling you to let your hands go. You won't let your motherfucking hands go because you scared to get hit. You want to swim without getting wet. It's just not going to happen. Now, what I will say, this is the most entertainment we've seen out of you in the last 2 years. This was kind of funny. This is the most entertainment we've seen out of you in 2 years. Congratulations. After the fight's over, he walks back to the corner like this. That don't look like a champion. Champs start walking around the ring diddy bopping when they beating up. Your grandfather, that's how I know what your grandfather was telling you. They knew you the bag up. You the bag up. You was supposed to show off, show out. Not only that, you was talking before the fight. You was the one before, I'm gonna knock this out. I'm gonna demolish it. I'm gonna do all this. And you ain't do nothing you said. That's why is mad. The point being is this, you fighting more after the fight. You just had a fight Saturday. You're losing your damn mind the last 2 days. Trying to fight everybody on Instagram, on Twitter, or everything else. Because we seen it. We seen it. What you talking about? Then you talk about we should glove up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But niggas slap fire out you. Shut the fuck up. You getting boxing in the streets confused, nigga. For real, nigga. Like, stop getting boxing in the street. Those are two different things, nigga. That is two different things, nigga. Because when a switchblade or something else and everything, you talk about niggas better strap up. Why would you give niggas that heads up? You dumb motherfucker. Get out of here. You out your motherfucking mind. If you want to impress me, step up and wait. Fight to your Fimo in Newark so he can knock your head to Irvington. What is you talking about, nigga? You ain't impressing nobody with all this Twitter talk. All this wild Twitter talk you talking. Who are you talking about? You're talking about niggas ain't legends. Nigga. Mace, I'll tell you right now, and this, I'm not talking about Mace when he came out and sold. Mace was Michael Jackson after Michael Jackson, before Drake. Nigga sold 5 million in 3 weeks. What is you talking about? But I'm talking about tonight. Tonight, right now, Mace is a 1,000,000% better rapper than you a boxer. 1,000,000%. Don't make me put the battery in his back to Oracle 3, you nigga.
Yeah.
I have him Oracle 3. That's what you need to do is Oracle 3, man. And let niggas know, man. He is 1,000,000% better rapper than you a boxer, bro. Get the fuck out of here. And lastly, what I was going to say, Murder, is this. You keep talking about, how they legends, they doing podcasts, this and that. We make more money than you. We sit here and make more money than you. I know you don't want to play the Cash App, open your bank account game on the phone when we see each other. I know you don't want to open your phones up and see how much you got in the account. You made $2 million.
The put this energy into your boxing and start letting your hands go, then you will be a pay-per-view star.
Oh, they podcast. Because we getting chicken. We make more money than you. You better come when you want a job. We might got a job for you. Get the f out of here. Yeah, Murder.
This was a cultural moment, a generational shift playing out in real time. The preacher from Harlem was standing up to the boss from Houston, and he was doing it with a smile. Let's talk about Mace's strategy, because this is where it gets genius. Mace never said Jay Prince's name directly, not once, but he made it crystal clear who he was talking about. That's slick, that's strategic, that's Harlem. He started calling out how Jay Prince inserts himself into hip-hop drama, the Drake situation, the Kanye peace talks, even showing up after Takeoff's tragedy, making it about himself when it should have been about mourning. Then Maze delivered another mic drop line. Some people want to be God in hip-hop, but this game already got too many preachers. The irony wasn't lost on anyone, a former pastor calling out someone for playing God in the culture. It was poetic, it was perfect, and it blew up online immediately. Industry insiders started quietly agreeing. People who would never say it publicly started whispering behind closed doors. He said said what needed to be said. The new era don't fear the old guard anymore. Mace wasn't just speaking for himself, he was speaking for a generation tired of bowing to fear disguised as respect. Days passed, the internet kept buzzing, and then finally, J. Prince broke his silence. But he didn't do it on camera. He didn't do a podcast interview or release a statement. He did what he always does. He moved strategically. J. Prince posted on Instagram. A black background, white text, simple, powerful. The words read, "Respect is earned, not demanded." The caption underneath, "Some people confuse clout with courage." Everyone knew it was aimed at Maze. The message was clear. The warning was delivered. J. Prince had spoken. But here's the thing, Mace didn't flinch. On the next episode of It Is What It Is, Mace addressed the post, and he did it with laughter. "I'm not beefing with no motivational quotes," Mace said, grinning ear to ear. The studio audience erupted. Fans online lost it because Mace just turned J. Prince's serious message into a punchline. He flipped the power dynamic, took the intimidation out of the equation, made it comedy instead of confrontation. And just like that, Mace controlled the narrative once again. In the end, Mace did something nobody thought was possible. He made J. Prince, the man everyone fears, the untouchable figure of hip-hop, look powerless. Not with threats, not with violence, not with money or muscle, with humor, with truth, and with the courage to speak when everyone else stayed silent. It Is What It Is broke viewership records. Mace became the new voice of honesty in hip-hop. The pastor was preaching again, but this time it was a no-filter gospel. And for once, J. Prince didn't have the last word.
Boxing is also entertainment. Let me school you, Nick. So when you get in the ring, you're not entertaining. We don't want to keep hearing about the sweet science. We're looking for entertainment. We're paying bucks for entertainment, and you're not entertaining. And somebody got to tell you this. I know you flipped out on Tim Bradley, tried to say they paid him to say that. I know you said that Bob Arum panned the cam on people leaving out as you was fighting. But listen, if the fight was smoking, nobody had to walk out. You should not be the main event fighting like the undercard. Your fight was like the undercard. All the smoke was before you. So they need to rearrange how you're going. You're like a headliner that really need to be the opening act. And that's on a business sense. So you need to take note of that.
They call you pillow hands. That's what they call you. I didn't make that up. That's what I heard. They call you pillow hands. But listen, it's room for you here. We need a boxing analyst weekly. We could be your promoter.
Yeah.
Listen, you never got this much traction. We could, dead serious. I know it's gonna be like, oh, think about it. You in Billboard. You ever been in Billboard? You in Billboard. You on TMZ.
You made it.
You made it, Nick. You made it. If you need help, we're here. We got you here right now. It's a week and think about it. It's a week and a half after the fight, and we still talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's just a difference between big homie and OG. Like, the OGs is that's older than you, more experienced. They've been around and they teaching you. They're keeping you away from danger. They are valuable in your life.
Why do you think that you can tell us what we can and cannot say, man? Control your control that. Ain't nobody gonna tell a nigga, get the strap, and then we gonna sit there and be like, hey, I think we should shut up. Nah, this is not 1982, bro. You cannot sit here and tell nigga, get the strap, and then be quiet. Nobody know that part, because I should just be going viral. You bugging, James, you bugging, man. I don't know what bet you talking about, all that other slang then. Bet it, whatever bet you talking about, bet it. I don't know what bet it. Bet it. You want to bet it? I don't know what to bet it.
The world kept watching, waiting, wondering if J. Prince would clap back or let it go. He stayed silent, except for that one cryptic post. And honestly, that might have been the smartest move, because anything else would have just fueled Mace's fire even more. Meanwhile, Mace's show skyrocketed. His reputation grew, his influence expanded. He told fans straight up, "I ain't got no problem with nobody, but I ain't scared of nobody either." That quote went viral. Fans turned it into a movement, a mantra, a way of living. Speak your mind like Mace say. What Mace did was bigger than one moment. It was a shift in power. He took fear and turned it into freedom. He took control and exposed it as manipulation. He stripped away the untouchable mystique that protected legends from accountability. J. Prince still has power, nobody's denying that, but Mace owns the narrative now. And in today's world, the narrative is everything. The new era of podcasters, creators, and independent voices run the culture. Now they don't need labels. They don't need cosigns.